Hello everybody, it's Gramski, and I am working on this paint by number, and it's not coming along like I thought it would. It's kind of messy, so I'm just going to go with the mess, and then I'm going to cut it in half and collage it so that it's a very thin canvas, so that I can use it as a book cover for my altered books. And I like that idea. in the meantime, I'm having a hard time. I even have a little magnifier so that I can see the numbers better. So, obviously this is not going to be my thing, but I do have some other paint by numbers to practice with, just to get me flowing. I stopped painting. I took a few folk art classes and really loved folk art painting. There was a lot to it. There was, you'd get your wood piece and you would make your first coating on it, and then you'd polish it down so it was nice and smooth, and then you'd make thin layers of paint, over the other, and have it blend so nicely. Blend like you would blend colors in using colored pencils in your coloring. But this is colors just butting right up against each other, and so I want to use this as a collage base, which I think would be very interesting, and then use the collage as a book cover. So I'm going to paint a little bit of it while you're watching. I have these numbers, and you find the number you need, 22, and then you go into this and you paint that spot. And it should be relatively easy, but because I'm using the magnifying glass trying to see these tiny little lines, it's not what I'm going to make a good hobby out of. I want my regular canvas. I want to use acrylic on my regular canvas. So this is a nice warm up. And what I'm doing is I have a little TV right in front of me. And as I watch Christmas movies, I'm able to concentrate on the movie instead of beating myself up that I don't paint really well. When I started out with folk art, I really enjoyed it, but then I went to school for art, and that didn't turn out so well because I didn't have all the art that they had in school when the other kids in the class, they were actually kids. I was an adult, and I couldn't measure up because they had much better experience than I did. So I struggled through the whole thing, and after a while, I didn't like painting anymore. I wasn't sure what I was doing. I jumped around doing a lot of different other kinds of crafts, and I even painted murals, with kids, and helped kids paint, different biblical scenes in a church mural, and we did a town mural with different images, and it turned out nicely, but it was with wall paint and sponges, so it wasn't an exact kind of painting. It was just fun. So do I have any more threes? Oh yeah. So I want to get back into painting, but not worry about each little thing, how I'm painting, whether it's the loose brush strokes of my art teacher or the tight fine strokes of folk art. I'm not going to worry about everyone's designs that that sort of mess my head up because, you know, I can't be like everybody else. I'm just me. So, you know, instead of being exact, like I am not exact, like, you know, I'm running all over the place here. I'm going to go over it with collage, you know, the papers and sewing and all the different kinds of things to make neat book covers. But there is a couple other paint by numbers I'm going to do before I start painting on my own, just to relax and get the voice out of my head that, you know, you can't do this. You're an idiot. You know, it's hard to think. It's hard to rethink if you think that you can't do something. It's hard to rethink that you can do it. But I'm going to work through that. A lot of things that I'm doing this you know, with this project that I'm doing with trying everything, is to get that worry out of my head, that things don't have to be perfect, that, you know, I can try everything, and things can be a lot of fun. I know I'm going through the 15s with my with my 3, but that's all right. I'm just going to, you know, it's not going to be this is supposed to be a tree that goes up through, and this is supposed to be the moon and the sea and the sky with this tree with the branches, and it's a lovely scene. But I don't need it. I need book covers, and I don't need more, I don't need paint by numbers on the wall. So I'd rather use this as a book cover rather than, here, you have to keep things closed because it dries out. Acrylic dries out pretty quick. What do I want to say here? The other paint by numbers that I have, like their faces and horsehair and things that you have to be more exact with. But this, my first one, this is just getting the paint out there and not being afraid and watching Christmas movies and not beating myself up over dumb things. So it's 12. So that's where I'm at right now, because I want to start painting the scenes in my book, the dragons and the gnomes and all the imagination that I have going on in my head. I want it to be able to paint it, to, you know, to finish my story. I would really like to be able to have artwork along with the story, but, you know, this is going to be, it's not going to happen in a month. You know, I thought, you know, if I really push myself, maybe I can, you know, that's impossible. You just write anything that comes in your head, and you just get it all down for those 50,000 words along your storyline, and then from there you know, you're able to create a story out of a mix of things that that you've written into these 50,000 words. I like the character that has developed, but she didn't develop. I didn't actually get into my main character that said, yeah, this is the main character, until the 10th chapter. Before that, I thought it was a gnome, but it's not a gnome. It's this girl, and her and her father are quite a pair. So, and I'm enjoying the story now. I'm enjoying where it's going, but with the rewrite, it's going to be, you know, it's almost like writing a whole new story, because in the rewrite, I have more of a focus on the real world rather than the imaginary world. But the imaginary world is still in there, but it's not the main focus. The main focus is the girl who is, about the girl who is writing the story, which I'm really enjoying. I'm enjoying writing that part. And so I just want to catch you up for where I was with my challenge. My challenge not to be afraid of things anymore. I still have to tackle the sewing machine. It's such a fear for me. And I might be able to do it this week. Who knows? So I should go for a walk before it gets too dark. And I'll be talking to you later. Bye-bye.